Welcome to the TPL Talk, episode 11, or match 11. Today in English, with our favorite English speaker, Adalov. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Adalov. I think it's the first time anyone in the servers heard me talk, except maybe North, the other English speaker. I would be one of the coaches of the Pittsburgh Steelers. However, it's more accurate that I'm the assistant coach. Orca is my teammate. Absolutely phenomenal guy. Yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you are here. It's nice to finally
man.
do this video with you. It's been a while.
It is. It really has been.
We're ready to take this on and see how the matches went. There were some really good matches, some really close ones, I think, as well. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Let us just directly come to the matches. Wouldn't you say? We have. I'm just gonna say the names since it's most of the time German. Anti-Schuppenassel. This is Rotan Beat. Ten-Tailed Sableye versus meinem, beim. Then there's you guys, Pittsburgh Steelers, that went on ahead against Radikal. And we have the Eintracht Zwillos versus Us Miauts Genau. Let's just talk about the first match. What did you say? We had Anti-Schuppenassel versus Rotan Beat. That's the current, I believe, 4th place versus the current 2nd place. With a close 2-0. What did you get from watching the match and seeing how everyone performed?
I'm gonna start. Okay, I'm gonna say this because I'm a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We can't keep letting Bolton get away with this stuff, man. It's doing well. I think this was just a pretty well played match. Can't remember if this was the one where at the end it was. 1 second, let me.
It was a Reggie Rock in the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was this? Yeah, the Reggie Rock, man. There was a lot of good things here.
This fucking Reggie Rock. How?
Fucking rock blast Reggie Rock, man. Like, go off.
It fucking walled the shit out of a Bolton, man.
It did, man. That fucking Bolton.
It's not getting away with it anymore.
Better. It isn't. Even better. It's Reggie Pog.
It's Reggie Pog.
He's got Pog in the name, man. What else can I say?
Did you know that was my nickname idea? I told him to nick him there.
Yo, all I'm saying is that I went to Little Cup once, and my most infamous name was Poggenrolla.
Oh no, not the rock and roller.
Yeah.
Alright.
I really like the Iron Tail tech, man.
It came on both actual Charizard X and it came on the Mega Altaria.
Nice.
Charizard X played it for the Mega Altaria, and Mega Altaria played it for the Weezing, of course.
Yeah.
Sadly, it missed. I think they even lost it. If the second hit the Weezing, I think they probably won with Altaria there.
Probably, but we'll never know.
We'll never know. They missed.
We'll never know.
75 accuracy? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's either 75 or 70.
Yeah, but I also missed the Steam Beam, so it's either, it's either 50 accuracy or 100 accuracy. There's nothing in between.
There's no in between.
Yeah, there was a Bandit Cinderace plowing through that team.
Yeah.
There was no switch in. Since their water time is a fucking Water Steelmon with Empoleon.
Me. Love Empoleon so much, but like, that Cinderace. God damn, man, that Cinderace.
It did so much damage, man. It just smashed him.
You fucking did, man.
It was crazy, to be honest, and it was a close
This was
match.
a really, it was, and it was a fun one to watch.
Yeah, and second place takes another win.
Yeah,
Sadly, only 2-0, so not up to par say. Then we have the 10-tab Sableye, or your current competition, that lost
yes,
5-0 versus Minamochi Kipchen. That
yeah.
looks like a dominant match. What do you think about it?
Um,
Because it looked like 10-tab Sableye had
all
the up.
they
Like,
they did. They like there was a lot of times in this game where they were just up on advantage and they just kept going.
I thought they
Uh,
lose. Like, I thought Minamochi Kipchen's gonna lose, but like, how did they still do this 5-0?
I'm gonna put a lot of value in the bug types of this team. Fortress pulled off a lot for like maintaining momentum and establishing that chip would not work against this team.
Mm.
Uh, and Beedrill just came in, broke things. I may be underestimating some months here, but like,
I mean, it's this U-turn Voltorn, you know, like Volturn
yeah,
team where you just U-turn into Volt Switch into U-turn into Volt Switch, because your ground type, it's a fucking Landorus. You know,
and it's like
I could tell the best. I had
everything,
Landorus in the first half of the season, and I played against the
and
Rotom
it's like,
Heat, and I was like, I cannot switch into this. If this thing
yeah,
overheats, I'm fucking like 30%.
you're gone. You're 30% may not sound like a lot, but like
No,
that's
I
enough
mean,
to
I
entire
lost
game.
70% pretty much. Like, if it's offensive Rotom,
Yeah.
and it was specs against us, so.
Oh God. Yeah.
um.
Uh,
So I totally agree with that
Auden.
point. Because Fortress,
Uh,
sometimes it's like a setup fodder, I think. Because it
it
doesn't do
feels
that
like that a lot.
much damage. But
Hmm.
I mean, if it's let's say Gyro Ball is resisted, it doesn't do much damage. It's like not a lot. So Volt Switch is a nice thing to have in such a thing.
It really is.
And yeah, even the Gyro Ball chipped the Banderas pretty good. Like the banded Banderas, it's good.
Yeah, it really did. Uh, I think Wish was a pretty vital part of keeping this team going and persevering till the end.
Mm.
Because without Wish, this game was going to the 10 tails, man. They had
It's like
pushing
this,
momentum.
yeah, it is that thing where you have maybe defensive mons, but they can't heal themselves, right?
Yeah.
It's
Now you have every mon on the team can get healed, and that helped them slow the game down and get that momentum to win this game.
especially because they had like the two wishers in the match, right? They had, I think, the clef, right, and they had the
Yeah.
how's it called? God,
Audino.
oh, I don't know.
Yes.
Very interesting
Love
thing.
him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
let's say Mega Beedrill did look really good here. I think the only switching is probably the fighting Bugmon, right? But doesn't Beedrill
Hmm.
even know Aerial Ace? Pretty sure it does.
Yes, Beedrill does. Some niche Beedrill sets do actually carry aerial
I
ace.
mean, it's good in this matchup. I don't know if they brought it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, I think. But
I don't. The only things we saw from them was knock, turn, jab, and I would assume the last is either drill or a aerial ace, but I'd assume it's drill.
mm, maybe for Diancie.
Maybe, but who knows?
I mean, they did chip their Bugmon pretty hard in
They
the
did.
beginning with, I think, a double or something. Not sure. They just, or did they already sack it? No, they didn't. No. They just chipped it.
No,
My bad. Then we have
it's
your
good.
close call match, Pittsburgh Steelers against Radical, where you guys were up front. I think, like, I don't want to overestimate it. Was it 5-2? Up on
It was
Mons?
5. I think it was 5-2, 5-3, maybe. I think it
Um,
was 5-2 though.
And it looked
I'll-
pretty
I'll
dominant from your guys' side. It looked like you guys are gonna dominate that match and take your another win. But things took a turn. What?
Things did take a turn.
How come?
These were Orca's decisions, and I say that knowing that Orca is a much better player than I am. A big part of it was that we have a very certain style that we try and go for, or we try and attain in every game.
Mhm.
And a big part of that is preparing for the worst case, which is often different than what happens. And Dragon Dance Flagon was a wonderful bring on Nox and his teammates' part. It just wasn't something we had clearly anticipated and full, because we always assumed that that was something we could do something against. We always had a response to it until +2/+2, which we all know how that ended up.
Yeah. I don't even like the DD set on my like I don't even like DD Flagon, but it put it to work. It was funny because first your Salamence DD'd, right, and then did 3 kills,
Our Salamence.
and then it was
our
like
Salamence did that.
Uno revenge
We got
card,
burned.
you know.
Yeah.
Uno
We got
reverse.
crippled by the Prankster Sable Eye, and yeah, we all know how that ended though.
Yeah. Well, that's what Sableye
It's
does.
alright.
But at least
Yeah, that's
Mew
what
didn't do
Sableye does.
anything. Fuck Mew. Fuck that piece of shit.
There you go. All I'm saying is that they've been bringing some really cool Mew sets, like Charge Beam Giga Drain for Milotic. That was sick.
I mean, Nox does bring pretty cool.
He does. Nox always has cool.
He had a scale shot weakness policy against us.
Yeah, he's insane, man. He makes such high rolly but cool plays.
It's like a 50-50 if it's gonna work or not.
But that 50-50, man, you're either getting caught off by that, or it's just like, go off, man.
I mean, it is what it is. What you doing?
It is. Nothing to worry about, though. It was a good match.
It was a close match, and it definitely took a nice twist. What was funny, but we got to see who the better dragon was.
We did get to see, you know, like
you just had to.
I think we're discussing.
Yeah.
I think we're discussing teams later, but like,
yeah,
this Flagon was something that you specifically had brought up to us. And we passed it up because we wanted Ments.
Yeah, you even wanted that one. I remember.
We actively wanted Ments over Flagon, and this is what we got in repayment. So I'm just gonna say karma.
That was Scarma in a nutshell. Holy shit.
I didn't think it happened, man. I was just like,
I mean, you think Salamence is the better Mon? Of course, but.
Yeah, but like, in this matchup,
I think this game you would have won that when you didn't get burned with Ments, probably.
We're almost certainly always getting burned there. Like, it wasn't a matter of
maybe they missed
how it happened. It was a matter. Yeah, it's like we had to rely on the 15% miss there, and like no one gets Sableye. It's like, okay, that 15% is like 60% knowing how that goes for me, but like nothing we can do about that. It was just a matter of when it happened, how we adapted to it.
It was unlucky in the end. It was unfortunate.
It's not even unlucky. It's just like we put all of our eggs into the Salamence basket, because from there it just won the game against the Flagon. But sometimes putting that all there just leaves you where something else happens, you can't have a designated response at that point. Yeah. Close game.
It was close. It was fun to watch as well. So,
yeah.
It was a cool game, I must say. Then we had the first place versus the third place. And
Hold on. Yeah, this was fun. This was entertaining.
It was a long match, I believe, even. But
It was a very long.
we did pull it off in the end, and
You did.
showed that the first place is able to bleed.
Yeah, you guys showed that you are the God Slayers.
Exactly, because we're the only teams that actually won against them twice. They don't ever lose.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing we do, right? We could say there was a little bit of hex on our side, but you know that
Yeah.
nah.
Wasn't this the match where they said no GG?
Yeah,
Didn't
they
they say
did
like
say no
no
GG.
GG, Mr. Hacks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we
Yeah.
did get some really shitty rolls with the mystical fire, mystical gift, or how's it called? Miracle gift or something like
I
that.
think
I don't know.
natural gift.
Natural gift, where the roll fucked us over, and the calc also fucked us over. Because in the calc, right, in the calculator, it actually takes, because with Ockerberry it's 80 damage, because it was prepped for
Yes,
Mega
it's
Scissor.
80. Yeah.
And in the calc, it says 0, but it shows the actual damage. But the thing is,
Yeah.
with Scissor, it has Technician. So
So,
it showed like it was Technician boosted, but it really wasn't. The calc said it
yeah,
was like 32 to 35 to Zapdos. Zapdos on 21%, you're like, oh my god, I'll take this, I'll take it out.
it's like you just show off your tech, it works out well, you know.
But then we hit
And
a
then
middle
it
roll.
didn't.
We don't get the higher roll on the without Technician boost, and this Zapdos is on fucking 50% again. I was mad there. I was actually mad.
For sure. While you can say that hacks did occur in this match, I do think that there is one thing that we can say for certain, and that is that Scizor did put in a lot of work. I think that there's a chance you guys. I think there's a chance you guys still won this without Halks, just because of Scizor alone. With Dragapult Cleaner being a very valuable set for this current lineup that they did bring.
I mean, yeah, they had to sack him on against Dragapult a lot. That's why he had the most kills in this match. But I think we almost like let it die at the beginning just to force a kill. Because I feel like they have such a bulky and good overall team that I feel like we just had to break through. It doesn't matter if Dragapult is on 6% the entire game. If they don't get rocks up, we're fine.
Yeah.
And they sacked the Gligar.
It did. Yeah.
I thought that was a big misplay.
It was a fun game.
I thought the Gligar sack was a misplay.
I don't think it's necessarily a misplay.
There
are lines where.
Because Nido they just sacked in the end anyway.
Yeah, so like, I do agree with that, but on the other hand, there are certain lines of play where I can see Gligar being the better one, and from what I've noticed of this team, it seemed more likely that the Gligar switch would have been coming there, due to how they react to situations.
Yeah, it was a cursed Gligar.
It was, yeah. Yeah, I remember thinking, is this cursed Gligar? Because it didn't click a move once, and I was just like, didn't set rocks. So it's like, what could it be doing? And then I find out it's cursed, and I'm just like, I mean, see.
It didn't get to show off, but in the end, it had cursed. So it's just.
It did.
No, it didn't. It just died. Dragapult just yeeted that fucker.
Yo, all I'm saying is that Dreepy Yeet, man, looking kind of drippy with this season.
Oh, it
You guys played it wonderfully.
Yeah, it didn't get enough love last season. I feel like it just was on the bottom of the whole list, and it was like, why is Dragapult on the bottom of the list? it was just not
Yeah,
very well
it's
played, and now it's doing well. So we're glad it's working in our
it's
Draga stall team. So
hey man, it's going well. You guys are playing super well with it. So
yeah, it was alright.
yeah,
I feel like
this
Drapion
was
was
a
a big W for us. I feel like it popped off. I liked it a lot.
it was a bigger W than I thought it was. 'Cause like when I saw it here, I was just like, okay, how do you react to the three things that kill you immediately? And then it just did well, and I was like, oh, that's surprising.
I just wish
But I'm impressed.
we would have played EQ instead of Fire thing because Scissor didn't come, and I was like, oh fuck. No, we don't hit the Terrakion, right?
Yeah, the
But
Terrakion was the second I saw the justified boost, I said,
yeah, but we're like, okay, let's get
Sammy,
rid of this item. It's fine. It's not like they're adamant bandit, right? Well, they did were adamant bandit and Hippo died.
yeah, the second I saw it justified, I said, Sammy, you better hope that that Scizor has enough firepower in it to deal with this now, or else I am so sorry for what comes
It
next.
actually didn't. It didn't. It had and we needed the chip on it. That's why we stayed in with Drapion
Yeah,
against it. But
exactly. You guys made the correct play there.
I
I was sitting
think
there like, you guys,
sacking the Drapion
oh,
was actually the wrong play. I think we should have switched it
I
to
don't
Scissor
think it
because
was
he
the.
always takes a hit since he was not boosted.
I think it wasn't the wrong play. I
Yeah,
don't think it was the right play either.
it was like a weird mix where you have to kind of almost sack him on when if they Stone Edge crit the Scissor, it's dead. So it was like,
Yeah.
or do you go Dragapult
Nothing
and
you can do
risk
about
it dying and then have nothing for Zapdos? In the end of the day, it came down to this last. I think the almost like 3 for the last turn, where there was this play where we Draco Meteored instead of Shadow Balling, even though we know there's a full HP
uh, Aromatisse.
Aromatisse waiting for us. But it was this feeling of Shadow Ball. Zapdos can live this, and Zapdos could kill us, and then we lose the game.
But
And the first time this situation happened, we clicked Shadow Ball and they switched. So we're just like, you know what? Let's just fucking click the Draco. If
what are they
Aromatisse
gonna
comes
do
in,
about it,
we can
man?
go Scissor. It's fine. It's happens. Play the same game, but they did stay in, and we got the kill, and then Scissor cleaned the shit up.
Yeah, I think this was a very impressive game, both from the hacks that occurred, but also just from the technical skills of both players involved.
It was a fun match, definitely.
It was for certain.
That makes us the second place actually. Wow. The whole placing is a bit, let's say, on the same thing again, where it was like 2 weeks ago, where we have the top three on the same points, and then we have this middle class 4th to like 6th place that are hanging around, and then we have the bottom two that are just fighting for last
Hey man,
place.
hey man, this is an all-out brawl. Okay, I'm good.
You guys are kicking
Say what
10,000
you will.
civilizations, okay? Make sure to
Say
kick
what
that
you
ass.
will about. Say what you will about our gameplay for the rest of it, but this final match, that's going to decide who gets last and who gets second to last. You're gonna see a show coming on from our team.
I'm so ready.
I will make sure of that.
I just want to see you guys pop off, man.
Yo,
Well,
you ready? You're about to see Coil Melodic come out, man.
Oh, no, not again. I remember when you played against the Zapdos and I was tilting watching that replay, but it's alright.
Yeah, but this time it'll be different.
This time there will be no Zapdos.
This time there is no Zapdos. What's the Raikou gonna do? Come in.
Kill us.
No. We are better prepared this time.
Full speed course. Refresh, recover. Well, from besides the standing points in the middle, I don't think anything changed, actually. Yeah, because both got a win, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's nothing that really changed. Only thing that did change is that the Russell lost the gate, making their top 3 climb pretty much almost impossible. Meaning the top 3 are probably determined to be what they are right now. These are probably the top 3 that we get. Who did switch places was us, Miatsgenau, and Rotom Beat. We went from 3rd to 2nd, and they went from 2nd to 3rd, because we had one more. We had one better differential point than them. Because they won 2-0 and we won 3-0.
1 point's all it takes.
It does. I mean, look at this. 27 points for everyone. I mean, the differential of Eintracht Zwickau is pretty much, a lot better. But
look, we all know how they're doing.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they do lose, it doesn't matter what differential you have.
Differential doesn't matter when it comes down to win-loss.
Yeah. And that's the point that I mean with, here we can actually see the Titan on the first place that has been there for almost the entire season, who can actually drop down even out of the top 2 if they're unlucky.
Hey man, there's 3 games left. Somebody's gonna call in their favors.
I mean, some do, but some don't. Especially.
Who knows?
We will see next week's matchup really soon. Anything you want to say to the current standings? What do you think is actually quite, let's say, impressive? What you didn't think were going to do so well? What do you think is a bit disappointing? And what do you think maybe you were seeing yourself actually in this league and where you wanted to go and what were stuff you wanted to do? And let's just hear it.
Let's start off. Firstly, I'm going to say that I'm just going to say the first place. As you mentioned, it's German, and I don't want to butcher this wonderful language. So I'm just going to say first place. They were absolute titans. I come from like a Smash background, so it's just like when I see this, I think like Armada kind of era, where it's dominant, and there are things that happen that get in the way of it, but they are very few and far between. I think that I'm the top 2, the 2nd and 3rd place. I was very much so expecting those 2 to be where they're at, because I know you personally, and I've known you for quite a while, so I had no doubts you'd be up there. And I knew who your teammate was last season.
Yeah.
So putting 2 and 2 together, it seemed pretty obvious as if you two, both of you, would push to the upper echelons.
Wouldn't it be ironic if, let's say, TJ's team and our team went 1st and 2nd? Even though since we won last season, that'd be kind of ironic.
Yeah, it would be. I've seen crazier things though. I'm surprised, like, straight up with how consistent the middle ground has been. Like, normally you see some sort of upsets, but here it's just like they beat who they need to beat, and they lose to who they should lose to. It's a very, not predictable per se, but it's easy to comprehend where the middle ground is and why such is going.
I definitely agree. It's like how's it called? Like gatekeeping thing, Where,
yes, gatekeeping is the
where first place is like gatekeeping everyone else, but they can't go higher as well.
Yeah.
And then
I don't have much of an opinion, but 10 tails. We got a war on our hands, man.
They did get one upset win. They did. They hexed a little bit, wrote a beat, and that was an upset, definitely.
It was an upset. I will give them that, and I'm really proud of them. I'm gonna rectify that wrong for TJ.
I think TJ beat himself down as well for that.
As for like my personal performance, I've sort of been like my own harshest critic this season. Like everyone's just been like, you guys are making every match close, but like I always feel like I'm the one letting the team down. Because Orca's just masterful at this game. He makes the right calls like 90% of the time, and it's always like my one call that he's like that could work out, that we end up making a mistake. It's like neither of us had the correct call, but my play actively was what lost the game. So I'm kind of disappointed with my own performance, but I think that Orca is definitely one of the. Maybe it's because I don't know the rest of the guys super well, or the gals.
We do mistakes to improve in the end, and
yeah,
I think
of
that next season, for example, I think you guys will do much better. And I'm so glad you guys are still playing this league and trying your best to still win every game. And that is pretty inspiring, because if you go on a big lose streak, it's really like downing you, and you guys are keep going. You guys don't care if you start losing, you just keep going, and you want that win, right? I know how good you felt when you got that first win, and
we sat there like popping off for like 20 minutes.
And I believe you guys can do even more wins this and next season. So I'm really excited to see your guys' journey. And
I'm excited to. I do think Orga is one of the better coaches I've ever met. Genuinely, I think he's a phenomenal player. And given the situations he's been in, he's performed far above the expectations anyone should reasonably set for him.
Well, in Germany we would say Grüße gehen raus an Orca. Ehrenmann. But let's just keep it simple. Let's go to the next week's matchups, right?
Yes, let's get
Oh,
there.
never mind.
Oh,
I don't even know my own show. Well, I was just kidding, man. I was just baiting you.
It just happened.
I just baited you, man.
That's how things work.
So we come to the.
I'm not surprised what about the leaders whatsoever. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm not surprised about any of the leaders.
Well,
this week.
Let's come to the top killers this week. That was Cinder Ace in the current second place, who did Bandit 4 kills, and we have Flygun, who's not currently on the list because he's not good enough, sadly. And he also did 4 kills with DD set, and as you can see, there's different other kind of stuff like Rodom and Polt. What else is there? Mega, Beedrill, that all did 3 kills.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
I think these are pretty reasonable.
You think they're reasonable? Even the fucking Blissey in there? The Florius?
Look, man, all I'm saying is that if our Milotic is 14th and counting, I'm not surprised that a Blissey can get there. I've seen Specs Blissey kill some things in my days. It's been like 7 years almost now, and I've watched it do things.
This Cinder Ace is getting scary. It came out of nothing, and it just started getting kills every week.
It did.
It went from not being in the board to just instantly being up on second place, just behind 1 kill of Dragapult.
Yeah, it's insane.
Scizor on the 3rd place, doing also a good amount of kills with the matches he did play, since he only played like half of the matches that were actually played and did 11 kills, so that's pretty good.
It's done well.
Top killer of the current 1st place is Nidoking. I mean, it's Nidoking. What do you want to say about it, right? It's the mom that just does kills.
What do you expect?
it's just this mon that just does kills. I don't know. Nidoking is just nice.
It is.
There's Tapu Bulu, who's actually not in a team right now. He is still from the first half of the season, where he came 3 times but did 8 kills. You think he's gonna stay till the end? You think he's gonna stay there?
Not if I have anything to say about it. But at the same time,
there are a lot of 8
I feel
kill
as
mods.
there are. I was gonna say there's a high probability that it drops out near the very end.
Probably.
It's sad, but at the same time, I think that we cannot underestimate the fact that this thing picked up 8 kills in 3 matches.
I mean, it was one match where they got 6 kills, so the other ones were not that impressive. But,
I mean, hey, it's got like the second highest kill differential.
Didn't it get those 6 kills against you guys as well?
Maybe.
I think they did.
I don't think so. I think we lost one to like hazards.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, then I'm wrong.
No.
There's Mega Beedrill.
All I'm saying is Mega Beedrill is reasonable. I think it's.
Look at that.
I don't
match.
like
Look at the match difference. It's a Mega Beedrill that was there for like the whole season, right? It was there. It only did 4 matches.
And it just sat out. But when it can't come, it does. There was nothing you could do about it.
It's just this weird matchup mon that I have with Beedrill, right? Where you have this mon, it just sucks against mons with if the enemy has good like hazard setters or like Rocky Helmet mons priority. It just sucks.
It does, but when it has a good matchup, it's
phenomenal.
Somebody's getting washed.
Yeah, it is a crazy mon. It's really fast. It hits like a truck, and adaptability is just, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
it's a good ability.
It is.
It's fucking scary.
It really is.
Florges also there, not in a team right now. Florges with 8 kills in 6 matches, still holding strong. But I really think that Bulu and Florges will probably not be in the top 10, just because they are gonna get 9 kills at some point. They will.
We got 3 weeks left. Something's bound to get to 9.
But what will we do if they actually stay up there? That's
God,
crazy.
If somebody does that, like Florges tattoo incoming, maybe. I don't know.
We have a Mega Scizor at 7th place. As you can see, of course, it's way worse than a normal Scizor.
As you can clearly, as the stats indicate.
No, it's just a different kind of team setup where Mega Scizor is a more defensive kind of mon and still does a lot of kills, as you can see, and ours is more of an offensive side. And Blissey and Rotom, mons that you probably don't usually see up there, but normally you see like I don't know, like Megazord, stuff like that.
I'm still shocked that Melodic has more kills than Megazord, but Megazord's only come 3 games.
I mean, funny enough, we actually have like a whole TPL like list of all mons combined, who are the best mons, pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Melodic is actually up there. Every season, he was in the top 10 of kills.
I know exactly what I gotta do. Alright, Orca, if you're listening to this,
he is the top 1 killer, by the way, of all seasons. I just looked it up. With 41 kills in 44 games. In Season 1, it did 12 kills. Season 2, it did 8. Then it did 10 again. Then it did 14. So...
Alright, so all I'm saying is that if you see a melodic sweep in the future. Expect it to be from our division.
Oh man. Well, anything you really wanted to see in this tier list but didn't show up in the end? Stuff you really thought they should be up there, but they're not.
Something I think should be like up higher on the kill list. I'd say for me, like the thing I feel should have picked up the most kills that just didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's because like I just have a pretty biased opinion as to how certain mon works.
Yeah.
But I really would have expected that Megalop would have,
Yeah.
even just since it, I would have thought it would have been up there. Now it's not even on a team.
I mean, last season it did really good. It was first place, I believe.
It did.
Yeah,
and
it is a surprise.
Also,
yeah,
it is, and Lando T is probably my other surprise.
Terrakion is missing, you know. I don't know, Megazord X, we talked about it. It's not there yet. Yeah. Maybe it will come.
Hey yo, man, like I'm gonna boost everyone's account except for that Zard. Sorry, man. It just I got something against it. Can't be there.
When the actual great thing, not from our division, but from the Filnaro division, you know who's on third place? No, fifth place. Sorry, fifth place on the kill list.
Who?
Drapion. I just love it. I love it.
I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that.
With 11 kills in 7 games, that's just crazy. I just gotta say,
it really is.
It's great. I love this mon. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know how we put 11 kills on that thing. I don't know. That's like, it's crazy to me. I don't know. It's just,
it's insane.
I mean, if you want, I can tell the top 3 of every division. It's in the Filinara, it's Mega Charizard on first. Then it is the Dragapult, and then it's actually Demeteros or Landorus Eye.
All right. I'm surprised Incarnate's up there.
It's 4 games, 12 kills.
What have they been allowing that thing to get away with?
It just did 6 kills last week.
What is that division allowing to happen?
Well, it was
I need to go in.
8th week was 1 kill, 9th week was no kills, and then 10 and 11 was 5 and 6 kills.
All right, I stand corrected. Okay.
It's funny. I don't know. I never thought it's gonna be up there. I'll be honest. I never thought it.
I thought, if anything, I'm gonna see it perform on a stand team, and then I'm gonna say, imagine what that could have been with an Excadrill. But no, it's showing me up.
And then we have the Zenlong division, where current leading mon is Hexorus. After that, it's Terrakion. And then it's Alola Raichu.
Alright. Pancakes. Got him.
So, it's actually pretty interesting. And in both divisions, Cinderace does work as well. So that's cool to see.
Yeah. I'm not surprised about that.
You think so? Even without the good ability?
Honestly, even without the ability, I think it's just a decent mon, like momentum and coverage-wise, to do well as a offensive fire type. And it doesn't struggle from the issues that I think Greninja struggles with.
Well, you're right, it has definitely more firepower than that thing.
Yeah, it's like...
But they also do some different things where Greninja does T-spikes and spikes as well, like, and taunt. But
yeah, and it's like, even just from a team building standard, you never want to have your main water type be offensive, because water is such a good
Yeah.
defensive typing. So you either have to overcommit on Greninja teams where it is both, or you have to acknowledge I'm not going to have these resist.
Or you
Well,
just draft a water
Cinderace is-
type that's bulky and that mon. What we did.
Yeah.
I mean, you're saying you need a bulky water type. I went 3 seasons without a bulky water.
I don't think that you need a bulky water type.
It's
every
fucking
team.
needed. Please, I was begging. I was crying looking at matchups that I don't have a bulky water.
I don't think that it's necessary for every team. But I'm saying that I've never seen a team with a bulky water type where I've said, man, wouldn't that be better if that was an Urshifu Rapid Strike?
Funny enough, no one ever picked that mon in our...
Exactly. That's exactly what...
But I agree, definitely. Then, let's come to the matches. We have Mina Mochikipshin, the current 5th place versus the 6th place. So...
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
I guess it's about who comes closer to the last 2 places.
Yeah, I'd say so.
What do you will? What on what team is your money on?
If I were a betting man, which I'm not, because if I were, I would have bet on my team, and I'd be several $1,000s in debt.
Or you would have betted yourself to lose.
Yeah. You know what? I'd either bet against myself and throw, or but just looking at this matchup, it's like I lean towards saying that I think that that Zatu in particular has a pretty decent matchup in this. Maybe it's not like the best, but
I think
it just feels like they have.
Definitely.
Yeah, they just have more
especially
things.
The Mega Beetle against Mew, that type of shard.
Yeah.
I definitely think they have the upper hand here, and I think they're going to win this thing.
It's like
Mega Beetle looks insane.
It does. There's a lot of insane things about this team,
especially
in this particular matchup. It does. I do think that they do have a chance, though. I think that Nox, in particular, could come up with some really crazy build to win this game. It's just a matter if it works out or not.
Scale shot Mew incoming.
Ayo, I wouldn't be surprised.
Then we have the 10-tail Sableye, your arch nemesis, versus Anti-Schuppenwasser. I think we all have a favor here, okay?
Look, we have a favorite. And even if, let's say, that the 10-tail Sableye did have the advantage here, I would still vote against them because we have to maintain the arch rivalry, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna look at the matchup. I just trust in my fellow coaches to make sure that the war of the worthless happens.
Yeah, exactly. So we better make sure of it. So Anti-Schuppenwasser, try your best, win that game.
All right.
Or we're gonna ban you. Yes. What?
Yeah. You lose, your position gets switched with the current 8th place.
Yes, exactly. Better win.
Yeah.
Then we have Rotom Beat was Eintracht Swallows, the current first place.
This is
the 3rd place. That's the most important match for
this is
us.
The most important. Yes.
Where we either get some distance from Rotom Beat and stay on 2nd, or we get on the 1st place in case we win the match.
Yes.
And if we do lose, one of them is still on our points. So, possible.
This is a tough one. Let's hear your opinions on this.
Well, my opinion is that Rotom Beat is going to win this because TJ specifically said it that he counter-drafted the fuck out of them. Because he just wanted to win against them, because that was their only lose.
Yeah.
So they just kind of routed them, so I'm expecting them to win. But I can see this being on a different kind of road. With some cool sets or something. This can go the different way.
Yeah. I agree with you. I am actually betting on TJ in this week. Just from the matchup perspective, I think that this is a fun matchup for counter drafting in particular. But I would not put it past the top team to just adapt and immediately overcome this.
Mm.
So it's like I'm not confident in saying that I believe in Rotom beat.
I definitely agree, but it's like this. You have the advantage, but it's about pulling it right.
There's a difference between like the matchup advantage and player advantage.
Exactly.
And based on what I've seen, this is going to be a fun match for sure.
Definitely, I'm looking forward to this. Definitely the match of the week. I'd say I would give this the match of the week.
Yeah. I would agree as much as I want to say that
it wasn't for our match, since this is
not
friendship that will be forgotten for at least around, let's say, 40 minutes, where we break each other's necks.
All I'm saying is this is my Sasuke arc. Okay, I've had enough of the power of friendship. Time to watch my dad die over 500,000 times, and inherit some superpower so I can hack the game. That is all.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. All right.
Yes, let's hope that doesn't happen. I don't want to watch my father die over 500,000 sometimes.
But
I do lean towards you guys in this matchup. But I think that Orca and I can put something together to at least make this entertaining.
I don't like to vote on my own matches, so I'm just gonna pass this one out. Though there should be an obvious.
There is an obvious
choice
difference. Yeah.
Just from the perspective of who's in what place.
Yeah, man. Like, we all know what happens end of the season loser runs, man.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm looking forward for it, and
me too.
Looking forward to beat your ass. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah. Ayo. Just speaking of ass.
Speaking of, okay, that was a good one. Speaking of ass, you're the man.
All right.
Exactly. You have your alt team right now.
Yeah.
When you first drafted this, what was the idea behind it?
So when Orca and I were putting together a draft, we originally had built a very different draft, and we'd spent like 2 weeks asking around, hey, does anyone want Megazam? We really want to build around Megazam this season. And for the first like week and a half, it was no, none of us want Megazam. And then I think it went first pick.
Yeah, it was actually not planned to be first pick. Since for the whole time they did want Mew, and in the last minute they decided, fuck it, let's go Mega Alakazam. But
they texted us back and they said, we cannot tell you that we don't want Megazam. However, and so we panic rebuilt around Mega Kangaskhan, which the core of this team was not to build around Mega Kangaskhan. It was to build a space for Mega Kangaskhan in particular to do something while allowing a stand core to take over the rest of the games.
Mm-hmm.
There are straight up just picks here that I acknowledged when we were building this, that we just picked these up solely because we just wanted trade value for anyone to try and convince them to give us Zam so we could just use all of our transactions and then redraft at the center of the season.
I mean, Mega Zam did go free.
It did, except that's another interesting thing. We had built this so far, and now we have this team, very different team. It plays a lot more into
I mean, from more sandstorm
Orca's.
direction, right?
Yeah, it has. We were not playing well around sand. It was always just like we played too reckless with it, or it's like we played too cautious with it, and we could never nail a right balance. So the first thing we did when we rebuilt was we got rid of the sand core, and we got rid of Kanga since it did nothing for us. And we picked up Zero as
To
our
counter-draft us.
primary.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted something new to work out. And we picked up 2 A tiers that we thought were a solid foundation for us to adjust the rest of the team accordingly.
I definitely.
And then
it looks good.
And then all Creamy showed up, and I cried because I didn't want to throw away a B tier pick on a better fairy type.
Yeah.
But now we're sitting here with an all Creamy that will have maybe one use throughout the rest of the season.
That is to counter us, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It was all Orca's plan.
It was all Orca's plan, man. Like, we sat there forever and we said, I wonder what happens if we just bring Calm Mind Alchemy and sweep them. No. Like, do they just hand us their wins and humiliation? But no. I'm overall happier with the current team. It plays more into Orca style. There's not much on it that is particularly within my range. But it's something that is malleable, and while we haven't had the best showing of it so far, we've had a lot of consistent games where we're doing well. We just need to work around certain situations better.
But I do agree with that point of you saying we could have just kept Silvally Fairy and, put Gudra away. Because now you have, again, 2 dragons, right? I mean, you
like
can't call that one a dragon because it just spams Bolt Beak, but now you really have 2 dragons, and you could have just gone onto a good B tier,
We could have. We definitely could have. I think the big point of contention for us when we were looking at this was that Gudra did so much for like our tempo and momentum going into like the first half of the season that we both got attached to it. It was by far our best part in the first half of the year.
It is cool. Don't get me wrong.
So we didn't get rid of it. However, looking back on it now, don't you think this team would be sick with, like, I don't know, literally any fun breaker mon? Just like...
The thing is, you don't really have much breakers.
Yeah, we could have just
slapped, you have like, a lot of setup sweepers and stuff like that, but having a good breaker is always something else. It's the same thing that we had to struggle with, and we also adapted to that.
Hey.
I mean, you do have stuff like, I guess, Choice Band Bishar, but it's like...
we have breakers. It's just like, it takes away from certain aspects of the team, which was something that Orca pointed out, but it wasn't something we ended up having the time to repair together due to how the team went, because our other team was entirely different than this and built around Kartana and Tapukulele. I think that was a good call for like hyper offense. But hyper offense hadn't worked out for us, so I try and change some things around.
I mean, it depends. I think the Rotom switch was good. I like the Dale-Mice.
Rotom was a difficult thing to get Orca on board with, for sure.
It is a difficult mod to play good. It's like
it is
often really bad in the matchup. And a Rapid Spinner is always nice to have, and especially one where you really don't want to switch into with your Ghost types.
Yeah. We're
Is there
just
any typing missing? There's ice, I
ice,
guess. There's bug,
rock, and
rock.
bug. Yeah.
I'm just looking for the beat here right now. What you could have, like picked maybe, or what would maybe fit on this team.
It's like,
Where I do see stuff like, okay, I mean, Aura is good, but I do see like a sticky web user and Vault as well, where you could have gotten different
yeah,
S tier and work around more with the rest. But I think Aura
could have.
is well founded. It's good.
So the original swap was actually we kept Bronzong over Bisharp,
hmm
and we traded out Kudra for Zarude.
I like that.
I like that too, and I like that a lot. But the issue was we could never find a balance between it that kept Rotom and Thelmize. Because you didn't want Thelmize and Zarude on the same team, but you didn't want Rotom staying in this roster where it was becoming a little too niche with the rest of the team.
So you would have needed like a different ghost type instead of Rotom.
Yeah, we'd have to go to a different C tier ghost.
I mean,
which
there are some, but they're not the craziest ones. Let's say it like this.
whoa! All I'm saying is you're sleeping on Still Valley Ghost, man.
I mean, you could have went that road.
Yeah, we could have.
That
Picked
is
up a Miss
the thing.
Magius.
Definitely, there's Miss Magius as well. You're right. I was just looking at it, but it's like maybe it was a missed opportunity. Maybe it was good like this. You never know. It is. It is.
We
what
never
it
know.
is.
But the team definitely did improve.
I believe so.
It's just other teams around us have also improved a lot. So we just gotta try and turn that into results.
Yeah, where I feel like this team is more of a really offensive team with future side support, melodic flip turn, and then you just bring one mon in and someone has to take future side plus an attack.
Yeah.
And that's how you just claim kills. But I feel like you could have used a different kind of, like, let's say defensive mon with momentum to really help this team shine. Instead of, for example,
for sure.
Like, I don't know, let's say Chansey, or I don't know, something that just takes a hit, can teleport, can support the team.
Yeah, because we were gonna get you guys to hand over the Chansey. Yeah, definitely.
But
yeah,
it was just an example. Okay,
I mean,
you're not getting the Chansey, man.
Oh, I know. I know.
You can get it against you if you want.
Hey, man, I fought that thing before. This time the counter is not gonna stop me.
Hey, man, it's coming. With the counter, definitely. Against Knock Torn, and Knock Aura, and Knock Bisharp. It's coming,
you
man.
Already know. You already know we're carrying knockoff on every mon. We're gonna hack into Game Freak and add it in.
You gotta play knockoff on my logic.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, you joke about it now, but when Game Freak announces the servers have been hacked and that all of these Pokemon now legally know knockoff, I'm just saying. Don't be surprised.
A chance it might evolve into Blissey.
This is. Oh no, we accidentally removed Chansey from the game.
But I really. How do you feel like. What do you feel about Bisharp? Do you like it?
I don't like it as a steel type, but I like it as a dark type, solely for the reason that
it's not a fairy switch-in.
It's not a fairy switch-in, but no fairy's going to stay in on it, is the thing.
You don't also want to switch into it, but I guess you have a Slowking.
We don't want to switch.
You have a Slowking for fairy.
It's like a. At the same time, it's a Bisharp. You're not switching it into anything. So it's like.
It's rough.
We have to acknowledge that It is. It's rough, but at the same time, in games where it works out well, and we can get it on a roll, Bisharp can do what we need it to do.
Yeah,
We just have to get into the
I want it to
scenarios.
do work, right? Because I feel like I want to try Bishop, right? So I'm building my team, and I'm thinking like, I don't like this as a steel type. And you're like, you don't want to draft another steel type when you have a Bishop, though.
You don't want to draft, yeah, and you don't want to draft 2 steel types because it's like,
Because then it's
okay,
like you
then
really
I have to
need a great poison type, and
get. You
it's
need
like
an absolutely wonderful ground resist system.
that as well. Because your team, I'm just looking at it right now. You have a immense stone edge plus also like EQ edge switching.
Yep, that's the big issue that I always face going into matchups. Is I assume every physical attacker is just carrying Edgequake.
It's like the only thing that's coming in, it's this fucking horse, or maybe Melodic with Claymore. Sorry.
No, it's always the fucking horse, man.
I like the horse. It's cool. It's a cool thing. I like it.
I love the horse. We didn't want the horse initially, except the pick right before us. Donphan went.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, Pillowswine or Mudsdale, and we chose Mudsdale.
I think it's the right decision. I really like Mudsdale.
I agree. I think it's
a good
mod. Fun thing that it is.
With an amazing ability.
Ground type,
it's
well.
just amazing as an ability. The same thing. I was thinking maybe, do I draft like stuff like Mudsdale or do I draft a Sandaconda? Where Sandaconda has this nice thing of I can rest and then wake up again. With
it's we have to rely on.
I think it's called. But here you just have to, a lot of the time, either play Rest or Chesto, or you play no Rest at all, just play an AV set, or you say, I'm running Rest Talk.
Yeah, it has things
you don't have the Wisher. You don't have a fairy that wishes. That's why I didn't understand the Alcremie swap, because you could have gone for a fairy that can wish.
Yes, we could have. It's just, we had to. It was something that just we didn't get to fully discuss due to.
I'm letting you know there is a Mega Audino in that tier. Okay.
I'm well aware.
It is crazy. Okay, I was short to drafting it. Okay. I was actually.
I'm aware.
I had a Mega Audino plan.
Yeah, I remember you said that was the plan for like 3 weeks, and then you're like, we changed it last minute, and I was just like, I was looking forward to Mega Audino.
Dude, it would have been so bug. It would have just been a stall. But we're here to talk about your team in the end. So.
Yeah.
But I did think Mega Audino would fit this team. I think it would have done that.
I think so too, looking back on it. Just at the time, I forgot to check the megas of this tier.
I mean, Mega Audino in C is a thing, right? It's draftable.
It is. It's genuinely draftable. I just forgot it was down here because it's with the likes of Camerupt and Bennett.
Oh, well, for sure.
I was like, oh, yeah.
I just wish Bennett get Poltergeist, man. I'm so sad.
Yo, thing gets Poltergeist, and it goes up a tier at least.
Yeah, it's just so sad, man. It's good.
It is.
It has so good attack. Give it Poltergeist, man. Just make everyone in the enemy team run a team without an item.
Yeah, it's like it's a good support mon right now, but it's like you don't want to draft a supportive ghost. It's like one of the better offensive typings.
Exactly. Right? I mean, unless you really have a fighting weakness and you say, "Oh my god, I really need this." I don't know what is there.
All I'm saying is that you ever seen a team and be like, defensive Gengar kind of slaps on this.
What do you mean?
See one.
This is every time I do it.
Yeah, man. Like,
I mean,
God.
let's look at the current teams, right? Let's look at this. We have you guys.
Yeah, let's see.
You have. Let's say you can play really defensive with that mod, but
Yeah,
this
man.
thing slaps offensively. It just destroys.
Yeah.
Then we have a Nox team, where the ghost type is that is a defensive with Saberline. That is a defensive ghost type.
It is.
But it also has a unique ability.
Hey, man. It's gonna go off, man. It's we joke about it now, but that thing, it's about to go off.
It's gonna go abandoned. Then we have Rotom Beat with the Frostless. I really don't know what to say about Frostless. Because it did get the buffs, right? With Poltergeist and Triple Axle.
I think Frostlass is a great Pokemon.
You think so?
I just think that Ice Ghost is such a bad typing.
That's also true. I mean, it has a million weaknesses. It's just this mod that just sets spikes and then just clicks Destiny Bond and dies.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad to me as well, but yeah.
It is. It was like one of my favorite things about playing Gen 4 as like a little kid. Is I always wanted to get a Frostlass. And then I got it and it was awful.
Then we have the 10-tailed Sableye, who
Yo, man. All I'm saying is that defensive Gengar might. They don't. All I'm saying is defensive Gengar might do more for this team than the Berserker is doing.
I mean, they actually don't have a ghost type.
They do not.
No. I hate having a team without a ghost type. Because you're just so fighting weak.
You really are.
I had that in one season.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you're just fucked. Then we have Anti-Schuppenrasser, which ghost type is okay, it's Blacephalon.
Yeah.
That's an offensive ghost type. It doesn't get any offensive earned than that.
Hey, yo, man, like, AV Blacephalon might just put in the work one day.
My full HP Will-O-Wisp Blacephalon didn't pop off.
It'll be a cold day in hell before that happens.
The actual first place currently has a mummy, the ghost mummy.
Yeah.
I love that ghost type.
I think it's a great ghost type.
I think it's one of the best. It's like cheap, it's good, it does its job, and pretty good at it. Like,
yeah, it really is.
Even has T-spikes. It's fun mon. Then we have Mina Mashikipshin, which ghost type is Decidueye. That's like a thing where you can play defensively and offensively, right? Like the same as your ghost type.
Sort of, but it's like you don't really want to play it defensive because it's grass.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, I did play it a lot defensively when I have a fighting weakness.
Yeah, it plays a lot of defensive when you have a ground weakness or a fighting weakness, but that's about all.
It has Roost. It can do its thing.
It does.
Or Synthesis. I think it has both.
It can pivot out.
It can pivot. It has Poltergeist. It can be both special and physical with Sword Dance and Nasty Plot. It's a cool mon.
Yeah, it really is.
With a cool ability.
Really is. And then we have your team.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see that the substitute Willow Infestation Hex Fizz Death Dragapult, man.
Oh
I'm
shit! They
excited
know
to
a
see it.
set for this match. Fuck.
Yeah, man.
It has infestation.
It does. It's just like,
Damn. Now I have
Yeah.
my creamy count. Well, sadly, Dragapult didn't get the new toxic stuff because it's Gen 8 mon, but
yeah, it's name a Gen 8 mon that gets
it's
toxic,
not a
though.
defensive
That
mon.
isn't a poison type.
Let's face it,
Yeah,
it's not. It has a good
Yeah,
HP bar, but it's just really not defensive. But it is a great offensive mon.
it is, for sure.
And I think a lot of the defensive ghost types that we just looked at, it just depends on typing, because secondary typings on defensive ghost types can either really break it or make it from the defensive
Yeah,
side.
for sure.
Because,
For sure.
as I said, a ghost grass type has shit, like, defensive typing, but the ghost dark type has only one weakness. But yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Anyway, anything you want to say to your current team and the competitors that are still playing this season? And
The competitors here are just great, and I'm a little bitch. That's all I have to say.
you're okay.
Yeah, man. I
That's
am dumb of ass.
That's just wrong. Alright, you guys, everyone, just leave a big love heart for Adalov, who's trying his best to get you all German fucks to understand shit. So, you guys,
Hey, man.
you guys better appreciate the man. Okay, Adalov, thank you so much
Hey,
for
this
joining
can-
us today.
Hey, of course.
It's been my
Anytime, man.
biggest pleasure having you here, and it's been nice to talk to you again.
It's nice talking to you too.
Hope you enjoyed the little talk we had. Hope you can look forward to the new season and the match against Ten-Tailed Sableye, where you're obviously gonna win and gonna make them sit
man.
on the last place.
You know what? You joke about it now, but Garbodor will see his day.
Yeah, Gavardor will. I love that man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, same here. I genuinely love Garbodor.
Anyway, thanks so guys for watching the video. And I would say we see us next week. I think I'm gonna get TJ to talk about the next week's match. And then we're almost done, right? So, I think I have to get the Ten-Tailed Sableyes at some point.
You have to.
I
You
just
do.
don't. I just don't. You know, it's my show.
Hey,
Man.
man,
I do whatever the fuck I want. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. And goodbye.